Hello, my name is Tyler Jackson. I'm from Gulfport, Mississippi, and I'm an interdisciplinary studies major at USM in Hattiesburg. I have emphases in chemistry and IT. I wanted to do my best to combine these two into my research project in the best way I could. So the best way for me was to talk about and analyze technology, the management and implementation of technology in independent pharmacies, particularly in rural areas, but kind of all over. This is near and dear to me because my parents actually own an independent pharmacy down here in the Orange Grove area of Gulfport, and I actually own an IT company down here on the coast as well. So being able to take those two things that I've been around my whole life has been really great. So throughout my research, I learned a lot of things. I learned that independent pharmacies are very essential in all areas of America, but especially in rural areas. And that's because, the larger chains don't necessarily serve every little town, but these small chain stores or these small independent stores are in all these small towns, and they keep those people alive and healthy, so they're not having to drive 2 and 3 hours to get their prescriptions and everything that they need. So what I wanted to look at is how these smaller stores can access and reliably have the same technology that bigger chains have in big cities, and with more resources and everything like that. So there's a number of different things that can be discussed about this topic. We've got patient adherence and compliance, patient safety, store profitability, ease of use of the technology, and more. What I found is basically whenever an independent pharmacy makes their budget, whenever they're trying to start their company or run their business, they don't ever allocate enough resources to the technology, and they don't realize how much it would actually save them if they just move some things around. What they do is they usually just try to get by with old out-of-date stuff. They're not secure, they're not meeting HIPAA regulations, so they're not protecting patient information, and they're not helping their customers in the best way they can. So what they need to start with is by making sure they have a little bit of resources allocated to it. Now, it doesn't have to be stupid expensive to get everything that they need to taken care of, but it just has to be thought about. I will have to spend money on computers. It's not like the olden days where you can do without it. So the best way to go about it is to look at all the different facets of your business. So one that's pretty generic and everyone pretty much has is security. You've got to have technology for security, so surveillance and all of that. It's actually required in a lot of areas now by the DEA to have security in your store, so you can have camera footage and alarm systems. So if something goes wrong, someone breaks in, you're protected. So I recommend cameras all over. You've got to have them all networked where you can access them off-site. If something happens, you can log in and see what's going on. Phone systems. Whenever you are working with phone systems in pharmacies, there's a certain few things they need to do. The biggest thing that would be great for independent pharmacies is a move to VoIP phones from traditional old-fashioned phones. So these are internet-based phone systems that allow the customer a little more ease of access. So whenever you call the pharmacy, you've got two options. You can either talk to somebody, or you can just put in your prescription number and have a refill automatically made. It costs a little bit of monthly fee for that, but whenever in my experience, most of my customers that have switched from traditional landline phones to the internet-based phones, they actually save money and gain that new functionality for their customers. With pharmacy management systems, that's a major thing. That's the software that runs everything for the entire pharmacy. So that's patient records, prescriptions, inventory, orders. Every single thing in the pharmacy is stored in that system. Too many stores are using out-of-date equipment and out-of-date software that isn't even supported and is not even secure anymore when they do this work. There's got to be a change to get onto newer platforms and to utilize them to their best ability. There's lots of new things in these newer softwares and using newer servers that allow you to maintain not only patient adherence, so making sure people take their medicine when they need to, get them on a schedule to where they don't have to come to the pharmacy 3, 4, 5 times a month. It matches up the schedule where they can just pick up one time a month and get all their prescriptions. That combined with the safety aspect of these newer softwares, they actually can help the pharmacists do their job better. They have things in the software and these programs such as ComputerRx, RX30, Pioneer, the names of the companies that make it. Whenever you, the pharmacist, are reviewing the prescription before it goes out to the patient, it'll actually check their patient profile and their allergies and help you make sure you didn't miss anything, any interactions. Maybe two doctors wrote two different prescriptions and maybe they don't work well together. If the pharmacist should automatically see that on their own, but the software will also notice it and point it out in big red letters or however they need to. So this will really enhance the safety for the patients. And then another thing is, like, just for access to people, is having a texting service. It's really great because the chain stores have it, and independents can for not a whole lot of money. Is just a text to your patients, and when it's time to get your refill, and then also when it's time for you to come pick up your prescription. This helps with adherence, so if someone forgets, maybe I'm out of my medicine, they'll forget to go call in the refill and get it in time, so they might miss a couple days or get off of it and get out of whack with their medicine and everything like that. You don't want that, so it actually integrates with those pharmacy management softwares. We'll see when they're due for a refill, and we'll text them a few days in advance, say, hey, can we go ahead and get working on this prescription? If so, we can go ahead and get it ready for you to pick up whenever you're ready. All of these things together are talked about in my research paper in a lot more detail. I've been really excited to work on this project. It's been really nice to be able to look at all these things and all these stores all over the country. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoy the paper. I appreciate it. Thank you.